Hi, everyone. Danny Miles here from Toronto, Canada, back for another edition of the IntoBridge Daily Celebrity Challenge. So we're going to play 5 deals against the robots, and you will compare your scores to mine. I'm using Gavin Wolpert's advanced master system, the full system. So our auctions may not be identical if you happen to be using a different system. All right, let's get started here. We have a good hand, and our partner has opened one club. So we're going to start with one diamond. It's important to always bid out your shape properly when you have a game forcing hand. If we had less than a game force, just an invitational hand or less, we only had one bid. We would bid our 4 card major. But in this case, we have a game forcing hand, lots of time, lots of room to show our spades later. So we're going to start with one diamond. And harder now bid a spade. And this auction actually keeps getting a bit better because East bid 2 clubs, which is natural, of course. So that means, partners likely to have less stuff in clubs. So let's just see if one spade showed an unbalanced hand or if they're just bidding up the line. No, unbalanced or semi-balanced. So partner in all likelihood has diamond shortness. They could have heart shortness, but in all likelihood they have diamond shortness, or they could be 5 clubs and 4 spades. 5-4-2-2, and just sort of a pure hand that they decided to open a club and rebid a spade. That's less likely with the overcall, however. So what do we do here? Well, we could just blast 4 spades, of course, but I think our hand is a little bit strong for that. We really don't need a lot for slam. King of hearts, ace of clubs, king, jack, 4th of spades. That gives us kind of a one loser situation, and we just need to come up, of course, with 12 tricks. 4 forfeits don't always play amazingly well. We may have only one loser, but we still need 12 tricks. So let's see what we can start with here. We could start with potentially 3 clubs to force to game. I assume that would be a Q-bid. Game forcing with 0 or 1 club. That kind of sounds good already. We could be at 4 clubs to play. No, we're not doing that. So let's start with a Q-bid. And again, it's a Q-bid because the opponents have bid 2 clubs naturally. Our partner's 1 club opener was just a noise. So game forcing 4 or more diamonds says nothing about spades, and 0 or 1 club. So we'll be able to show our spade support after. Let's just start with a game force. 3-no trump. And now that should show some club values and probably a minimum type hand, 11 to 17. And we still don't know where their shortness is. It's probably diamonds, though. If they had hard shortness, they may be straining to bid something else, like 3 diamonds along the way. Because they probably don't have a stopper unless it's the singleton ace. So I'm simply going to pull. They likely have short diamonds here. So I'm going to pull to 4 spades. And this should give a decent picture of our hand. It says fast survival, no hope for slam. Partner has a club stopper. They probably have diamond shortness. We have 16, but I'm going to rein it in a tiny bit. And this approach, rather than just blasting 4 spades, should show a better hand than if we had just bid 4 spades over 2 clubs. And we'll try to take as many tricks as we can. Also, given the overcall, trumps don't always have to break 3-2, right? So there's that extra equity or vig if trumps happen to not to break. All right. So as it turns out, our best course of action might actually have been to double 2 clubs. We probably would score a couple diamonds, at least 1 spade, and at least 2 clubs, probably 3 clubs. So we could have got probably a pretty decent number against 2 clubs doubled, but it was impossible to double from our hand. We didn't know exactly what partner had. Partner only has 10 points. But anyway, let's try to make 4 spades. Ace of hearts lead. If this is from a doubleton, that's not going to be a good start for us. So I'm just going to play low, hope to discourage. Ace king, okay. And the 10, let's hope this lives. It should. East didn't overcall 1 heart. So basically, we just want to carefully set up one of the hands. We're not going to be able to set up the north hand. We may, but in all likelihood, the hand we want to set up, given that East is shown probably 6 clubs, West is going to be over roughing the dummy. So if we rough 2 clubs in the south hand and then pitch 1 on the diamond, we're still going to be left with a club loser in the north hand. So I think the way to do this is we want to take the rest of the tricks. So East, it appears it has started with 3 hearts and 6 clubs. So if they have 3 diamonds, they're going to only have 1 round of spades. It probably doesn't cost. I'm just trying to picture the play in my head here. We have 3 top tricks, and so then with 10 tricks left, we want to score 7 trumps if possible. And we basically have almost a high cross rough. Unfortunately, the low trumps are in the dummy, the south hand, so we're going to get over roughed by West with the 7 and the 8 and the 5. But we can rough two clubs in our hand with the ace queen. Then we just basically need to cash. So if we cash ace of clubs, ace king of diamonds, that's 3 tricks. If we then score 1 little rough in our hand, that's 4 tricks, and then we can score. Yeah, I think we can actually do this. Let me think. I'm just trying to calculate this. If we cash, I think we can start with 1 round of spades, and then we're going to have to try to score 6 spade tricks in addition to the 1 spade already in, and then 3 tricks in diamonds and clubs, which we have. And again, we can always potentially set up the last diamond, either if we drop a doubleton honor with East and then guess to take a roughing finesse, or if the suit breaks 4-3. But the problem is that we may not be able to get back and enjoy it having drawn trumps as well. Yeah, so I actually don't think we're going to be able to take all the rest of the tricks here. In addition, we want to be sure that in case clubs are 7-1, we'd like to play the first club from the south hand rather than cash the ace, just in case West roughs. We want them roughing air as opposed to roughing our ace. So I think we just start with high diamonds and then play a club. Or should we just play a club first and then high diamonds? Yeah, I think that's better. I'm going to play a club, see what happens. Okay, and our club spots are not good enough to be able to rough out East's honors. Although they just played the 8. So they're just left with King Jack 7. So yeah, we're not able to do that because they can just duck once and West will be able to rough. So now, is there any danger of the King of Diamonds being roughed? Not by East. They've already shown 3 hearts. Well, it's possible that they have 6 clubs, 3 hearts. If they then had 1 diamond and 3 spades. So I'm going to play a diamond. We'll see what we get, the 4. Okay. So I'm going to catch the King of Diamonds, and I just hope this lives. The 6. Okay, so we didn't see any low spots, so they're probably 5-2 with 2. Okay, yeah. So I think we're okay here. Then I'm just going to basically rough 3 diamonds in the north hand and rough 2 spades. So excuse me, 2 clubs in the south hand, and then the opponents are going to get a trick at the end. I'm not going to risk roughing a club low because that's going to go over rough and then a trump back and might leave me a trick short. Okay, so diamonds were 3-3. So East had 3 hearts, 6 clubs, 3 diamonds, and probably 1 spade. It's possible they had 4 hearts, but just their carding in the heart suit didn't look like it because they continued with the 10 at the end. So I'm not going to risk roughing a club low, even though clubs may be 5-2. I'm pretty sure they're 6. Yeah, he's under roughing. Okay, so I think spades actually may have broken 5-0 here. Yeah, I think they did break 5-0. They did. Okay. So we survived making our contract, and we'll take a peek at the results. And this shows that we could make four spades from the north side, not from the south side, because from the south side, um, West would be, let me just a bit bigger for you guys. West would be able to lead a trump, and that would, I believe, hold us to 9 tricks. So that's another reason for not responding one spade, is it randomly right side of the contract. Second deal, we have another good hand here. We have 10 and 9, 19 and 3, 22 high card points. Triple 4-1s. Triple 4-1 strong hands are notoriously difficult to describe. And often, unless you catch a 5-card fit opposite, they don't tend to play quite as good as their point count may suggest. So, having said that, I think I am going to treat this as just a balanced hand, a balanced, strong hand. I don't really want to open a club and start trying to reverse um, and try to catch up in terms of the point strength. So I'm just going to consider this a balanced hand. I'd rather have singleton king of hearts than singleton ace of hearts. And that's better for no trump, I tend to think. But we'll just treat this as a balanced hand. We'll open 2 clubs and rebid 2 no trump. And even if partner transfers to hearts, I mean, we're game forced. I shouldn't say we're game forced. Technically, they can have nothing and pass us, but I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, so they have hearts. So we are going to accept the transfer, even though I'd like to bid 3 no trump. No, that's not allowed. And hopefully they don't pass. That would be bad. 3 no trump, that's fine. So we're going to play 3 no trump. And we get a spade lead, and thankfully they don't have too much in hearts. They have enough probably just to prevent the opponents from doing a lot of damage there, but not such that their entire hand is hearts and we can't get there. So let's count our tricks again. The spade lead is actually kind of friendly for us, given that we have 9 of spades. So we're going to get, in the fullest of time, we'll get 3 spade tricks, and a heart is 4, and a club is 5, and 4 diamonds is 9. So we have our contract. We're going to go to the club suit to try to take extra tricks. And we do have a dummy entry in the form of a diamond. So we don't have to worry too much about that. But I think we have to take a look at the club suit, and, we're not going to get 4 club tricks. We would need basically limitless dummy entries and catch the 10-9 doubleton West on our left. So we're not going to worry about that. I think the best way to play the club suit, just to try and take 3 tricks, is, do we start low to the jack? That's certainly one possibility. Or we could cash the ace and then play low to the jack. We could also go to dummy and play low towards the ace queen. But I think I'm just going to win trick 1. I assume I'm going to win trick 1. We're going to play low here. Make sure we utilize our 9. So we want to basically knock out the club. Now, against human opponents, I mean, it's interesting. We don't want the opponents to switch to hearts once we knock out either a club or a spade, because we're going to have to knock out another black card, and then we don't want them to be able to cash hearts. Human opponents, if I knocked out a club right now, they would just return a spade. We'll see if the robots do the same. So I'm going to start with the ace of clubs. Now, this could be a little bit tricky in terms of well, no, it doesn't matter if the suit blocks. I've got entries both ways. So I'm going to go ace of clubs and a club. The 9, okay, that's interesting. And the 6. So it looks like they're both high-lowing. So I think we are going to have a bit of a guess here. We're going to continue with the 8 of clubs. 10, okay, perfect. We just cover it. Now our 7, our queen 7 are both high. So they switch to hearts, darn it. Okay, so that was a great switch by the robot. And let's basically count our tricks now, and West encouraged. So I'm a little worried that when we knock out the ace of spades, we're going to be, if West returns a little heart, we actually are going to be faced with a guess. But manage points, I don't think West is going to continue with a little heart. I think if they have the king of hearts, they're going to cash it. So if they continue a little heart, I think we're just going to assume that East has the king of hearts. On the flip side, we promised at least 2 hearts in the bidding, and East shifted to a heart. And that's very, very risky if they had the king. So what I think is going to happen here is we're going to knock out the ace of spades. And remember, we can't cash all of our tricks now. We have 3 in and 4 diamonds is 7, and the queen 7 of clubs is 9. So we want more than 9 tricks. And remember, we can't go down. We have the queen 10 of hearts in dummy. They can't take 3 hearts and the ace of spades against us, assuming we just cover West's heart card with a shift 1. So we're going to play. Can it hurt to cash 2 clubs? It doesn't really matter. We're just going to play a spade. Ace, and now here comes the heart back. Spades are 5 on jack. Okay, well, that makes it easy. Now we're good to go. 10 of hearts is high, but it doesn't matter. Our hand is also high, so I'm going to claim. So you don't get this trick. Now we're going to make 4. So not much to that one. And it turns out it was 10-9 double dummy. Let's pull that up. The one holding that I was discussing did actually come to fruition. So I think double dummy, we may actually be able to make more. Yeah, we can make another trick here. Another 2 tricks actually, because we can take the whole club suit. So that's as soon as I speak of a situation like that, it happens. So I actually had to rise king of spades at trick 1 in order to preserve the chance at 6, because I had to run the jack of clubs and then be able to get back to dummy. So anyway, and now have the 10 fall. So even at this stage though, I still could have I can't make 5 anymore. I had to go to dummy with anything, with a diamond, and run the jack of clubs through east, picking up the 10-9 doubleton. So it was possible there. If you happened to play for that holding, then you would have scored 4 diamonds, 4 clubs, and a heart, and a couple of spades. So third deal, we are first chair white against red. We have 13 high card points, 6-5. So we're going to just open 1 heart, and then we're going to go maybe a little crazy later once we see how things develop. I would like to bid 3 diamonds here, but I'm not going to. Some pairs who play the Gazilli convention, which that involves a 2 club rebid when it goes 1 of a major, 1 no trump, or 1 heart, 1 spade. You rebid 2 clubs to show a variety of hands, including strong hands, and you are able to jump to 3, for example, 1 heart, 1 no trump, 3 diamonds would show like 14 to 16 and at least 5-5. So your jump shifts when you're playing Gazilli are not game forcing, but they're very specific. They show 5 cards at least in each of the 2 suits and kind of a medium-ish hand, good playing string. So not playing Gazilli. So the question is, do we go low or do we go high? I'm not game forcing with this hand. If we don't have a fetch, I don't think we want to be game forcing here. So I'm just going to rebid 2 diamonds and I'm going to hope to survive. Another option is we could bid 3 hearts. That's definitely an option. And then, at least we'll get to 4 hearts when partner has little dribs and drabs. So maybe hiding the diamonds and just saying, okay, I just have a heart 1 suitor is better. But we could still have a diamond slam. No question about that. Queen jack 4th of diamonds or 5th of diamonds and a couple aces, or ace 5th of diamonds and 1 ace. So now that I'm thinking about it, I'm reconsidering maybe I should be forcing to game. But if we bid 3 diamonds and part of it's 3 no trump, we're not very happy. We could always correct that to hearts. But I'm gonna take the low road here to start, and I'm gonna bid 2 diamonds and just hope to survive this round. Okay, I'm not gonna survive. 2 spades. I was saved. Okay, so partner. Unfortunately, the opponents have found spades because partner doesn't have 4 spades. So the opponents have 9 spades. And that was another thing maybe I should have considered, so that I could have maybe just jumped to 3 hearts the first time. So I'm going to bid 3 diamonds. And again, this may be a misfit, but partner's marked with at most 3 spades. So, to be a total misfit, they'd have to have like 3 spades and 6 clubs, and then like 1 heart, and even still they'll have 3 diamonds. So I'm going to bid 3 diamonds. Partner didn't double, partner didn't bid. So now I hate defending. I don't want to defend 3 spades. So I'm tempted to bid 4 diamonds here. And basically what's the worst that happens? If partner could easily have a trump trick here against 3 spades, especially with my singleton jack. Partner has king 10 third or queen 10 third, or queen 9 third. They're going to get a trump trick, but I really don't have a lot of defense. So, and partner had two, a shot to double three spades. I'm going to bid four diamonds, and we're not vulnerable. So hopefully this doesn't push them to a making four spades. That would be kind of embarrassing and annoying, but we're going to bid four diamonds here. Okay, so we eventually bought the contract, and let's see what partner has. So three little spades, that's perfect. Queen third of diamonds, king, queen of clubs, I'm not crazy about, and two little hearts. So we probably belong in four hearts. We belong in three hearts. So if I'd rebid three hearts, we probably would have bought it there. So we're probably in dire straits here in terms of what other people may have done. And we also want to make sure we get tapped out here, especially if diamonds break poorly. Okay, three of clubs. I'm going to put up the king. And king of spades. So unfortunately, at least we've got our club trick in, not that it helps us, but. So east, let's sort of take stock here. Spades are almost clearly 5-4. East may have bid the first time with six of them. So that three of clubs shift was kind of strange. But basically we've just got to get diamonds going, and we need them to be 3-2 or we're going to go down a lot. I'm just trying to think, is there a way to guard against a singleton ace? I don't think so. I mean, we have no dummy entry. So ideally we'd like to also pick off a doubleton ace, but I don't think that's likely. Now, West led the ace of spades. East has the king of spades, maybe the queen of spades, although they would have played the queen there, and the ace of clubs. So they probably also have the ace of diamonds. The ace of diamonds is probably with East, but there's nothing we can do. We can't get to the dummy. So we do have the 9-8-7 of diamonds. So if we happen to get lucky and maybe catch Jack 10 third on side with West and guess to run the 9 of diamonds, that could work, but that's extremely risky. And then we actually do run the danger of getting tapped out. So I'm going to play the 9 just to see if we get a cover out of it. Ace, that's okay. I'll take that. And 4 of clubs. So we want to win this trick, and we don't want to take our quote unquote free finesse, because if the 9 gets covered by the Jack, we're going to have to ruff. And if trumps are 4-1, that's going to be a disaster. So we're going to win the queen, or try to win the queen. Might get roughed. Pitch. And so now if trumps behave, we should have the rest. And if trumps don't behave, then we're going to lose another trick, assuming hearts are good. Okay, so now there's nothing to do but just. So we did actually pick off the doubleton to diamonds, so that was lucky. And we're going to make our contract. So that, I think 1, 2, 3, we'll probably not be able to beat 3 spades. Let's check the results. They can make 3 spades, they can make 4 hearts. So, getting to the major suit game would have been better, but I think I'll take plus 130. Just going plus on the deal once I've let them in is good. So fourth deal, we're in fourth chair, and we have another good hand. So a good theme for today. 14, 15, 19 high card points. Unbalanced. We're just going to start with a diamond. No surprise, partner, bit of heart. So this time I think we are strong enough to jump shift. We have a good hand. We have 18 high card points outside of partner suit. Singleton Jack might help partner depending on their heart length. So I am going to jump shift here to 3 clubs. The only other thing I would rebid here, 2 clubs is a bit scary. You could rebid 2-0, showing 18, 19, but partner may jump to 4 hearts. So I'm going to bid 3 clubs. If partner keeps bidding hearts, they didn't open the bidding with a preempt, but if they keep bidding hearts, then we'll be able to raise them. 3 spades. 3 spades is probably just a generic, I don't know what to do. Perfect. So we're going to bid 3 no trump. It's kind of what we've got. We've got our spade stopper bidding out our shape. And for what it's worth, I like whenever possible as responder, like North in this case, whenever partner jump shifts in two suits, like a diamond, a grape, three clubs, I like to bid three diamonds and put them back in their first suit as often as possible. Just saves room, temporizing. I'm not promising the world in terms of support, just temporizing. So here, we kind of gave away the show a little bit in terms of our spade weakness, but let's take a look what we have and if there's a better contract available. So four hearts was actually potentially playable here. Five clubs is also a potential contract, but three no trump should be okay. We just need spades 4-4. And judging by the lead, given the lead of the five, and we see the 2, 3, and 4, if the opponents play fourth best leads, then spades are going to be 4-4. Unless West led from a 3-card suit, because remember the auction kind of screams spade lead. So what we're going to do is I think we are going to duck twice. We're going to duck 2 spades. And then hopefully when we knock out the ace of hearts, the opponent wins it will not have any more spades to cash. There are a couple other pitfalls on the deal. Remember, let's just count our tricks. We only have 6 tricks. So we need to be a little bit careful because if we play the jack of hearts out of our hand and the opponent's duck, we're going to have to get to dummy to knock out the ace of hearts. Then we're going to have to get to dummy again to cash these, our king, queen of hearts. So we're going to need 2 entries and those are going to have to come in the club suit. Another option is if we overtake the jack of hearts in the first round, then queen 10 will be winners. So that'll be 1 spade, 2 hearts is 3, 2 diamonds is 5, and we'll need all 4 club tricks for 9. So even if we're getting all 4 club tricks, we may as well play low on the jack of hearts. We can also pick up a singleton jack or 10 of clubs if we guess it correctly. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to duck 2 spades, see if the opponents keep continuing them. Then on the 3rd spade, what we'll probably do is cash 1 high club from our hand before we try anything else. So 9, okay, that's interesting. They stuck in the 9. So I wonder if they caught East with a great suit here. I mean, it could just be queen, jack, 10, 9, and West has king 4th. Jack, okay. So it looks like West had king, queen. Yeah. So probably king, queen 4th. From king, queen 3rd, they would have led a high one. So we're going to pitch a heart here. We're not going to pitch a club because we want to save that 9 of clubs as our entry. Although, hang on, maybe it doesn't matter at this stage. Yeah, I'm going to pitch a diamond. Three and 4 is 7, 8, 9, 10. No, it doesn't even matter. 1 heart is okay to pitch. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to cash 1 high club and just get the lay of the land here. Jack. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. Okay, we have to reconsider here. So dummy, the north hand, the ace, king, and diamonds take care of their 10-8. And we're probably going to lose a spade, a heart, and a club at the end. So maybe we should have saved that heart. That might have been a mistake. Although, hold on. We could still finesse against East's 10-4 of clubs, but we need to not duck this trick. So we have a 2-8. If the jack hearts gets stuck around, that's 3, 4, 5 in diamonds, and 3 in clubs is only 8. So I think we actually do have to overtake the jack of hearts with the king. So then it's going to give us 2 in already. 2 hearts is 4, 3 clubs is 7, and the ace, king, diamonds is 9. Yeah, that's what we have to do. Okay, so let's just carefully do this here. Ace, please don't have all the spades. Okay, and now I think we can claim. Yeah, we should be able to claim now. Oh, all right, no, the club finesse is not marked. Yeah, we can't. It will be a diabolical false card from Jack 10-4. So let's win the ace, of course. We still get entry back to our hand. So once we play a little club up, and it doesn't matter. Yeah, it mattered. We're just going to put in the 6 to the queen. Okay, yeah, now we're good. Now we can claim. Okay, so that was a bit of a tricky deal. And it turns out 3-0 trump was the winning contract. 5 clubs almost certainly is going to fail given the 4-1 trump break. It says you can make it, but that's probably going to be tricky. But I think we got to the best spot, and we made it with some careful play. So next deal, and we've had bid game on every hand and 4 minor on one of them. So last deal, we've got another good hand, 18, and we're 4-3-3. Generally nobody ever downgrades into 1-0 trump. And it's just probably losing bridge. And you're going completely against the field. So we're going to open a club and plan on rebidding 2-0 trump. Even if partner bids a heart, I may end up rebidding 2. Okay, so this is going to show 18, 19, could have 3 spades. And even if you play transfers over a club and partner shows spades, you would still bid 2-0 trump, even though a 1 spade rebid would show exactly 3 spades. That stops at around 17 points. 3 hearts. This is a transfer back to spades. So we want to basically show, what do we want to show here? We do want to confess to 3 spades, even though the hand is no trumpy. I am worried about my minors. If partner has 1 or 2 little in one of the minors, that's not good, especially given our spots in the suits are terrible. So do we want to bid 3 spades, 4 spades? No, this is the default bid. Okay. So yeah, I think we just want, what would 4 spades show? That would be a maximum with 3 spades. I don't think we were up to that. I would consider this a minimum with 3 spades. So we'll start with 3 spades. Then over 3, partner bids 3-0 trump, we're going to have to guess. So what does 3-0 trump show? It doesn't really tell us anything about their minor suits. It just says, hey, I have 5 spades and I want to play in game. So this is kind of a guess. I think I am going to bid 4 spades, and I'm prepared to accept that may be wrong. If partner was 5-3-3-2, they would bid the same way. Over a 1-0 trump rebid, however, if you're 5-3-3-2 with a 5-card major, and it goes at 1 of a minor, and you bid a spade, and partner bids a no trump, there are tools to get to game, get to 3-0 trump, while showing a 5-3-3-2 hand. If you play 2-way new minor forcing, you would start with 2 clubs, partner bids 2 diamonds, and then you would jump to 3-0 trump. And that says, I want to play in game, I want to play in 3-0 trump, but I'm 5-3-3-2. So opener then gets to judge, looking at their hand, if they're 4-3-3, or if they have a doubles in, then whether to play in 3-0 trump or 4 spades, for the major. So here, this is actually a pretty tough decision. We are playing it from our side, so protecting our king and queen in the minors. I'm just not sure if we do have weakness in a minor, then I'm not sure we're going to have time. If we have to knock out, for example, a spade and a heart, or a heart and an ace, we may not have time to do everything. But then again, if partner has heart shortness, 3-0 trump is almost certainly going to be just as good as 4 of the major. So this one to guess, I'm going to basically flip a coin here in my head. The other thing is the robots usually find, the right lead. A human pair might tend to lead the unbid major in this type of auction. So there'd be something said for passing 3-0 trump. Like even if West had like 4 little hearts or 3 little hearts, they may try and hit their partner with a heart lead, and that, of course, would give us time to do everything. As it turns out, I'm going to bid 4 spades. And it's going to be played from partner side, which isn't ideal, but that's another reason for passing 3-0. Let's see what we buy. So 2 little diamonds. Okay. So we've survived the first hurdle. Partner was strong in hearts and spades and weak in diamonds. So 3-0 trump would be fine if, number 1, if these king diamonds are on side, or if diamonds broke 4-4. As it is, if the ace king diamonds are on side, we're actually going to make 11 tricks in spades. We would make 11 tricks in no trump as well if the ace king diamonds are on side, which they appear to be. Ace king, that's unlucky. In no trump, we would now have the rest of the tricks, assuming spades broke. So let's try to just be a little bit careful here. Nine, okay. And Jack. And so we're going to claim we have the rest of the tricks. We actually have one extra trick. We have 4 hearts, 3 spades, 1 club, and 1 diamond. So we have 9 tricks with 8 tricks to go, but the opponents won't allow us to take that extra one. So 3-0 trump was going to make 5 on this deal, unfortunately for me. The diamond suit, of course, was wide open. So if West had a normal king 10 fifth of diamonds, they would have just led the suit and 3-0 trump would go down. So we're going to claim, and let's check out the result there. So again, we can make 5 of anything. So well done. Maybe a little bit lucky if you happen to pass 3-0 trump and got rewarded. Partner had extra strength, which also tends to favor playing in no trump. When you have kind of 28, 29, 30 high card points, you want to play no trump instead of a 4-4 major fit or 5-3 major fit. Often, you're not going to need that rough to give you your extra trick. You're just going to knock out a couple aces and off you go. And also trumps may break poorly, especially if you're in a 4-4 fit. And in that case, you've got extra equity by playing a no trump in that you may not need those tricks in the 4-4 fit where you just got enough tricks outside. So that's it for today. We had a lot of good hands. I wish I held cards like this at Rubber Bridge for money, but I never do. So 4 spades making, and that was fine. We couldn't do any better on that deal. 3-0 trump. We could have done a little bit better if we had divined the club position. The third deal I thought was pretty interesting. I don't know. Let me know what you guys rebid. So, some people I'm sure will rebid 3 diamonds. Some people will rebid 3 hearts. I don't like 2 hearts, rebidding 2 hearts. You may as well show your shape. So we did well to keep competing, but at the same time, we do better in hearts. Fourth deal, we made our 3-0 trump with careful play. And the last deal, I could have gotten lucky by passing 3-0 trump and having the diamonds come home for me. Notice even if West had 1 diamond honor, that we were going to do better because we were going to make 11 tricks in spades, but no trump, they were only going to make 3 if they found the diamond lead. So that's all for today. Thanks again for watching. Hit the like and subscribe button and please leave a comment. It does help. And I try to answer as many of them as I can. And again, Danny Miles signing off from Toronto, Canada, and we'll see you again next time.